Welcome to the show. Hi, I'm Randy Jeffers, and we are live from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, we have a special show for you today. We have in our studio here, we have the newlyweds. So go ahead and introduce yourself if you would.
My name is Spencer Williams, and my new wife is Marihita Williams. And we're just back from the Philippines, but Vegas is home until we start traveling now to build business.
Well, it's so exciting to have you two here. I want to hear a little bit about how you met, but before we do that, let's introduce our other guests. And coming from Los Angeles, California, we have one of the legends in the network marketing, home-based business world, Mr. Michael Accurso. Michael, are you there?
I'm here, Randy. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Well, listen, it is just a pleasure to have you, and we'll talk to you in just a minute. But coming to us from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, is Dr. Dan Soloway, who is understand, a triple PhD, right, Doc?
No. I got a master's in fitness, but a doctorate in nutrition.
Okay.
Where'd you get that, Spencer? You tell them triple PhD.
That's what it was on my notes.
No, that's a master's in fitness science and a master's in sports science, but a doctorate in nutrition. So.
All right. Well, Doc, it's great to have you with us via Skype, and this is a new technology we're just trying out, so hopefully we'll work through the bugs today. We'll practice and see how it all works out. But, Michael, let me start with you. You know, as one of the leaders in the network marketing industry, you know, I know you've been involved in a lot of innovative products. You've sort of been at the forefront of this industry, and you know, seeing products that are brand new, that are innovative, that are really good for people, and also not only good for people, but good in the way that by sharing these incredible products, you can also make some great part-time income and maybe even some full-time income. And so, if you'll start us off, Michael, just tell us a little bit about what you have a hold of here.
Well, Randy, thank you for having me on. And, you know, it's a great space. There's a lot of great companies, a lot of great products. And I think in my career, we've probably had over 250,000 people in our organizations.
Wow.
That we have all other companies, you know, that are still in business. But some aren't. That's the downfall. Some just don't make it.
Sure.
But the industry keeps going on. You can't stop it. It's a $400 billion industry. But, you know, with the technology devices, Randy, that, you know, people are wearing, they say it's going to be over a $300 industry in the next 20 years. You can't stop it, Randy. People are wearing devices, their heart rate, and everything else. We have something that Spencer has one on right now. You can show them right now, Spencer, what it looks like. But we have something called the Hero, Hero, that'll actually do some things that are incredible, Randy, and I think even save some people's lives.
Wow. Well, Spencer, that is a handsome device that you have on your arm. It looks like a fancy, expensive watch, but it's not a watch. It's actually a machine, right? So tell us about how that works.
Well, this is wearable technology, and it is a watch. It is a device that tells me I'm getting an email, Gmail, or a phone call from my phone device.
Wow.
Separately, it works, and it covers about 15 different items in your health world. It takes your blood pressure, your oxygen level, it counts your sleep, how many times you wake in, how much deep sleep and how much light sleep you have. It counts your heart rate, it counts your breaths, and what it does is it keeps a record for up to a year. So when you go into the doctor's office and you're a little bit nervous and he goes, "Oh, geez, Spencer, you have high blood pressure," you say, "Doc, it's because I'm in your office. Let me show you what my blood pressure has been all week long or all month long." It stores this information, and it's going to be able to save lives and help doctors communicate with their patients a lot better.
My goodness, that just sounds too good to be true. It's amazing what technology has turned into. Well, Doc, can you tell us what's the impact on the medical field with this device?
Oh, well, it's the way of the future. If you think about Star Trek, even Star Trek didn't have this.
Yeah.
They would swipe across the person's head and read their bios. Now I can look at my blood pressure. I will soon be able to look at blood sugar. And then a little down the line after that will be red blood cell count, white blood cell count. They will be able to tell if a person's intoxicated. Right now, it just blows me away. The idea that something this small, a doctor friend of mine who's also a PhD in nutrition, he tested with the machines he has with his clients, and it coincided perfectly. And to think that you don't have to have a cuff, you don't have to prick your finger in the near future, All these different things will change people's lives. So to do it in different ways. You may not be a diabetic, but if you know when you eat a certain food and it spikes your blood sugar, that will cause you to store fat and not be able to burn fat. You know to leave that food alone. So when you get that food feedback, you'll start changing the way you eat, your lifestyle. When you get feedback, back in the 70s, I taught a program called Alpha Dynamics that dealt with alpha brainwave enhancement. Before the program, they used to use biofeedback. And you would learn that, if I relax my shoulders, if I breathe from my stomach, I start producing alpha waves. You were teaching yourself. Well, in some ways, this will also help you do that. If you learn that if I just relax, my heartbeat goes down a little bit. If I breathe slow and deep, it goes down. My blood pressure starts regulating. If I get angry, my blood pressure goes up. You can get feedback right away. So this takes the whole health industry to a new level. And so I'm very, very excited about the potential of this, but I just love playing with it. I had lunch with a good friend of mine, showed it to him today, and now he wants one for his wife and family. And he said, I'm going to show it to everybody. He said, you can demonstrate it right on your wrist. You can also use your phone to store all the information and see it on a larger platform. But the ability to see it right on your wrist is extraordinary to me. I mean, I know how it does it, I think. I'm not sure. I think it's sending a spectrogram through. The idea that it can see red and white blood cell count very soon. You go, how in the world does it do that? Or even blood sugar. Yeah. But they've been doing the blood sugar, I understand, with children, so they don't have to prick their fingers. And now the technology is down to the watch. So it's literally life-changing. It also tells you how many calories you burn, the step, all the things that the fitness watches do. But it goes far beyond that. It takes us to a new realm of health. By the way, I'm going to give a little bit of background. I don't want to dominate the conversation.
Please do that if you would.
I've been on radio for 20 years doing Dan's Health and Fitness radio show. March was the start of my 20th year. Wow. Before that, I was a spokesman for some network marketing companies and doing their educational tapes. Before that, I was known as the inventor of the Hydrotone exercise system. And I traveled around the country in some different countries, Japan and Australia, around that area. I didn't get over to Europe with it. But I invented that, trained a lot of personal trainers, a lot of movie stars, a lot of celebrities, a lot of professional athletes, and worked with the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers and the whole list, Tyson and all that. So that's what it was before I was concentrated on nutrition. And I'm still involved in exercise, but the nutritional world is, you can really change people's lives with the right nutrition. And the new thing, the hydrogen product, people asked me on a call last Monday, what do you think about this? How does it work? And I said, I thought I knew. I thought it worked similar to another product that I thought was one of the greatest things ever. But I said, this is a whole new category. This raises all your good antioxidants, glutathione, catalase, SOD, the things that keep us young and alive for years. You wonder why some people seem to abuse their body and they just live a long time. Other people seem to take care of themselves and die. A lot of it has to do with their levels of those antioxidants in their body. Yeah. So this raises that. It goes after the most harmful free radical, which is hydroxyl, which is iron-based free radical. That's what injures you when you have a heart attack. When your heart flutters during a heart attack, it burns the heart and blood vessels because the iron is stored in the veins, in the arteries, and in the heart. And when it is pushed out too much, it burns the heart and burns the blood vessels. If you can control that, that's why men's vitamins don't have iron in it anymore, and women start having heart attacks after menopause because they're not losing a little blood every month, which kept their iron levels down. Well, this goes after that free radical. It calms that down, so it protects us cardiovascularly. But it does some things they don't understand yet. They give it to someone who had rheumatoid arthritis. They said the hydrogen H2 moves through the body very quickly, through the brain, every place, and changes the DNA and clicks on certain pathways, certain chromosomes, and turns off others, because the effect lasts for 4 days on a rheumatoid arthritis patient, and yet the hydrogen is probably only in the body a few hours. And yet you still feel good, you feel the joints loosen up, less inflammation, and you have energy. When I work out with it really hard, a couple days ago I had a really hard weight room workout, and I didn't feel any soreness. I felt like I worked out hard, but I wasn't hungry for about 5 hours later. Normally I'd be hungry an hour or 2 hours right after I ate and then really feel like I famished that I have to eat, but I didn't feel it. How it's doing that, why the hydrogen is taking my appetite away, I don't know. But it is a phenomenal product. I have a lot to learn. And if people want to study that, they can go to Molecular Hydrogen Foundation. And there's a whole medical group doing nothing but gathering research about the therapeutic effects of hydrogen.
Oh, wow. So it's molecular can you say that one more time, Doc?
Molecular Hydrogen Foundation.
Molecular Hydrogen Foundation.com. Okay, that's a tongue twister. Well, I see Spencer here is playing with his phone, and he wants to show us some things, I'll bet. And we need to take another look at that watch slash amazing machine you have there on your wrist.
It's medical technology, and what it did, as soon as I turned it onto the app on my phone, it's in both places. You don't need it like a lot of the Apple devices where you have to have the phone to get a reading. I can touch here and get the time and date, but I also can go right now, touch it, and now it's taking my blood pressure, and it will tell me what it is.
Wow.
Every 60 minutes, it also does check on me and keep a record of it ongoing 24 hours a day. It's waterproof, you can swim with it, so there's no reason to have to ever be without it. It lasts about 7 days on a normal charge,
Wow.
doing it every hour. If you do it every half hour, about 4 days. So it has a clip, it charges in an hour and a half, so you're not really away from the machine. And the technology is going to save lives. If, for instance, what we're going to have in the future, it will have it if you have your child across the country, your mom in another country, if they're wearing it and they're having a problem, it's going to email you or call you, and it will also be able to let you call the hospital. If I were taken to the emergency room, if I couldn't have my phone there, they'll have the technology to take it right out of the unit itself,
My
so they
goodness.
know what's going on, so they better treat you.
All right, well, we've got to stop for a second and tell us the name of this device. What do we call it?
Well, it's called the Hero,
The Hero, okay.
and the company FGV, it's been in other countries, 14 other countries, for about 5 years. We're launching America right now. Michael and myself are one of the first distributors here in the U.S. What we're taking it is on a basis of MLM, a network marketing business, but I'm also going out and talking to the person who did my gastric sleeve surgery. He does 24 surgeries a week.
Wow.
He's going to include it in the package, because when these people come out of the surgery and their life is dramatically changed, their blood pressure has come down, their breathing, all these numbers are down, they want to know it's stable so they can call him or their regular physician and say, I'm having a problem with my health. And so he's including it in every surgery, so that'll be 100 units a month I move. And everyone at the gym, when they're working out, they can't have their cell phone over by the weights because they'll crush it. They just have to look down at the unit, and they know what their breathing habits are, what their oxygen level is as they work out. So this is going to benefit a lot. Besides health, it's going to be paying it forward to helping a lot of people monitor what's happening in their body.
Now, let's talk about the cost. And can you tell us
Yes,
what
we
the
can.
cost would be?
Our cost for our unit is approximately $320 plus shipping and handling.
Wow.
And that's very competitive out in the world right now. We have 2 competitors have similar units to ours, but you have to have a phone to read theirs. If you go to Apple, like I have my new Apple phone here, if I then buy their unit, I've spent $1,100. Same thing with Samsung. Samsung Edge is got some partial attachments built in their phone, but you have to have the phone with you, and you got to hold your finger on the back of the phone. This is a constant reading where you have a record. So we think our technology is going to take it in 4 months when we come out with the blood sugar device. That's going to be through the same app. 20 minutes after you eat, it's going to tell you what your blood sugar is. Make a recommendation, you double check it with your own device, and take the proper amount of medication or take the proper steps to talk to somebody.
Wow.
That, with as many diabetics as we have in America and around the world, our device is probably going to be one of the number one out there. and we're doing it by word of mouth. We didn't hire any stars or anything to say, hey, come buy this, or an athlete or anybody. This is, I'm wearing it, and I know when I have a problem, Marihita will know, and she can call the doctor and give him, hey, Spencer's been doing this for the last 6 hours, last 12 hours, and that they can better treat me when I go to the doctor.
Wow. Well, Dr. Dan, you know, I think I agree with you. That, I mean, it just sounds like this amazing invention, and it's just an incredible that something that small and that good looking could do all the things that it does.
Yeah,
it's just
it does sound like it's way in the future.
Yeah.
That we're doing something that I don't know. I mean, the idea that you can take all those kinds of parameters, and they're going to keep adding ones as it goes along. Yeah. They'll update the software to be able to handle more and more. And it also has works a little bit like homeopathic medicine. Uh-huh. The little metal things in there have vibrations that move into your body. That vibrate. What do I say? Well, I don't want to sound too esoteric, but it basically creates an energy field that's very peaceful for the person. So it calms the person down and keeps them more balanced. And that's that's another little side benefit. And those are going to be where you can get certain ones that will help people with chronic fatigue, other people that have trouble with depression, maybe other people with appetite. They'll work on different deals, but that'll be coming. Right now, it's just meant to keep you balanced, keep your energy field balanced. People don't realize we are an energetic being, our physical being. Each cell of your body has an energy field. Uh-huh. And they were trying to figure out in a book I read back, I think in '97, how the message can go from one end of the body to the other end faster than the electrical current moving through the nerves. And they realized that we have an energetic field. And, we call it the aura. But everything has one. Everything is alive. Kirlian photography is showing it, where you cut a leaf and there's still an image left on a piece of, in a dark room when you lay it on the film. Well, that energy field is around everything. That's why people still feel like they have a leg when they lose it from the knee down. They still feel like they have that ghost leg for so long. Yeah. The body's still projecting that out. The mind is. And so those affect that. And they're going to have them very specifically. But right now, just the idea that you can take these to your doctor. And in fact, I met with a doctor friend of mine yesterday. I showed him how to work. He set his up. And he said, well, I'm going to have all my patients get one. Friend Dr. Frank that's on my radio show 3 Saturdays out of the month. And he wanted to see it. By the way, if you want to hear my radio show, and I interview a variety of people, it's on Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on KOKCradio.com. KOKCradio.com. It streams at that time. So about 5 minutes after 10, 6 minutes, you can listen to my show. And I'm going to start talking about this more and more. But I'm still in a learning stage because the hydrogen thing is blowing me away. And they have other things, too, that they actually have human growth factors. I've been using colostrum to get growth factors, but they have actual human growth factors that their scientists have been growing. They have a skin care product that I understand works really quick, and you can see the face get much, much younger. And they have an internal one to help the body stay more youthful. And that one, either one of those, I don't know much about yet, but I'll be learning. But I do know the hydrogen has about 3 or 4 months of me studying research studies to really, I know it inside and out.
Well, Dr.
It's
Dan,
amazing.
Can you give us, I assume you have a website that would explain a lot of this. Can you give that to us?
Spencer, the website, as I understand, a lot of it, because they sold in 14 countries, is being translated into English right now. That's why I give you that foundation, the Electrohydrogen Foundation. They have a layman's version on there. They have frequently asked questions. They have in-depth questions. It's not part of the company. It's just a medical foundation, nonprofit group. Uh-huh. But that's for people that want to understand the hydrogen. The watch, that is being worked on right now to be put in English. Is that right, Spencer?
Yeah. Our website, though, that they can go to, and the video on YouTube, is through myfgv.biz .17944 would be mine, and Michael will give his. But our website is totally enclosed, where it has a description of all the products. We have a couple other ones that are environmental also, to improve gas mileage and wear and tear on metals in the car. But the one thing that I came to the business about, and I've been doing this since June of 1978, network marketing, I'm finally with a company who has patents, who believes in their products and the longevity of a business. Not let's try to get somebody rich quick, because they brought me aboard. I teach the numbers, and I ask an individual what they want to make. I show them how to get to that point in life. It's not to make everybody a millionaire, as we know. So I have finally found a home with FGV that I can go out and share with people, and every month they're going to help somebody in their family or a friend or a co-worker, and they're going to improve somebody's life. And that's why I've come aboard with FGV.
Now let's do that one more time, a little bit slower. So that website is www. For this, especially for those that ran to get their pencils. Okay, so it's
MYFGV.
And now FGV stands for
Future Global Vision.
Okay.
.biz BIZ /17944.
Okay.
And that'll take you to a website that explains the whole company and about all the products.
Perfect. Well, Michael, and you have a website, and yours is exactly the same as Spencer's, except for the numbers, I assume, right?
Yeah, Randy, and I'm actually taking the Midol Cell right now. I've been drinking some water with it. You put the tab in the water, let it fizz up, put the cap back on. Randy, I feel like I'm 30 years old again. I'm 54, and I'll tell you what, I was in a bad car wreck coming home from Vegas a few years back, and I totaled a SUV, and I haven't felt this good in years, and the CEO told me that would happen. But Randy, I don't have that with me. Do you have that website that I gave you earlier?
I do have it in front of me. It's the same as mine, but your number is 17917. So it's www.myfgv.biz /17917.
Perfect. Well, Michael, if you could just take a moment or two and talk to us about the business part of this. There's an opportunity here, I think, for people to share these incredible products and maybe make some part-time income, maybe some full-time income, and get out of, if they're not liking what they do full-time, maybe there's a chance that they could make enough money where they didn't have to do that anymore. Can you tell us a little bit about how that works?
Yeah, Randy, it's all about leverage. You know, in this industry, you can leverage your time and your assets, and I'm fortunate and blessed that I have Spencer and his beautiful wife and Dr. Dan on my team. So when they go out and make sales, I get a commission too. So we're in this together. So I want Spencer and Doctor to break the bank. And the compliment is incredible. Every time someone joins, you get paid. Every time they keep taking the Midol Cell, every month, they're going to want to stay. I would never not quit this product, Randy. I would stay on this product whether I'm doing the business or not. So as soon as as long as they get on the product and keep paying the monthly that comes right to their home, it's called the auto ship. We're going to get paid every month on that. And you know, Randy, what's nice about that is you're going to be able to create thousands of people across the country, even hundreds, that do this company, buy the hero, buy the product, and you're going to get paid handsomely for that. And Randy, it doesn't matter what your color is, what your demographic, everybody can win. And Spencer made a good point. You know, we're brand new in the space here in America. We've been in Mexico for a while, but no one knows about us here in America yet. And if you're the first one to market, as Bill Gates said, get there first or second, doesn't matter as long as you're the first two or three, and you take action, you can get wealthy. And you know, Randy, if someone wants to make $1,000 a month, they can do that here. If they want to make $100,000 a month, that's possible. I really believe that, Randy.
That's fabulous. Well, Spencer, give us your thoughts on this industry and how to get involved and so forth. What would somebody do if they say, "Hey, I like that. I'd like to hear more." What's the next step?
Well, I'm going to speak briefly for products to move forward and be the best in the industry. we're not looking to grow fast. We're growing to have somebody buy the product, use the product, and by word of mouth, what networking is all about, share it with a friend. And the best example is we all go to the movies, we all go to a restaurant. You can go see a fantastic movie, but the person who produced that movie, directed that movie, doesn't pay you anything, but you've told 10 of your friends about it. What's great about this industry is when I share it with somebody and they do make a purchase, I do make something. But then it moves a step down. If I have Marihita here talk to one of her family, even as far away as the Philippines, when we send that product over there, she gets paid for it, and I also get paid for the effort. So by sharing it by word of mouth and being a positive source, we will grow, we will be the largest, because if you tell one person who talks to 10, who talk to 10, it's like a grass fire. We will be out there, and we will be a market to reckon with.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, Dr. Dan and Michael, you two handsome guys, I'm not sure if everybody can see you or if they're just listening to you via audio, but I know you guys are very handsome. But, you know, look at Spencer now. He looks just a little bit more handsome because he's got this beautiful lady sitting next to him. And so let's just take a little commercial here for a second and talk to us about how did you two get together? You're from the opposite parts of the world here.
Well, I'll share kind of briefly what happened. I had gone to the Philippines to take a product over there, which I deal with that's in America, which is almost impossible to even give away, and it's cannabidiol.
Yeah.
And the product I had when I went to the Philippines, and I started over a year and a half ago, I was introducing it to people, giving it to people, and seeing major results. Through politicians and other people, I've now approached the FDA, and so it's been a year and a half fight. During that time, I was also, even though I don't believe 100% in Western medicine, I was opening up generic pharmacies over there where people can buy 1 or 2 pills or a 30-day supply, and it's all generic, so I'm helping the masses there. What happened was a business deal gone back with the pharmacies, and somebody I knew mutually with her said, you really need to meet this person who wants to travel. I got into this business also. I'm 59. I am now healthy. I have one thing on my bucket list, and I'll tell you right now, is to see 50 beaches around the world holding a beautiful woman's hand and appreciating a sunrise and a sunset and sharing it with somebody.
Wow.
I have found that person. We've known each other a short period of time. We knew it was right, and we just got married.
Well, I saw you smile when he said that. So what do you think about this guy?
Oh, he's the most, for me, he's the handsomest, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's a very kind man.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to have a bright future together.
Oh, I can imagine. So what do you think about this business that he's a part of?
Oh, it's a great business for him and for everybody who's going to join. I see a very good, bright future. And I myself is wearing the same thing.
You have a color. Yours
yeah,
is purple.
Mine's
Wow.
purple. And
I assume
it's
this
a very
comes in
good
a lot of
device.
colors, right?
Yeah.
Right now, 3.
3 colors.
Blue also and black. But we're coming out with different sizes, smaller, larger, and our next generation will be interchangeable where you can take them on and take them off.
Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah.
But what we're getting to is we can share this anywhere around the world. This technology, because of the world that we live in with GPS and everything else that we have out here, and everybody can have a free app, we're going to be able to make a difference.
Yeah.
Marihita here has no idea what MLM is. She has been a very professional. She's an artist. She deals with makeup. And so she's coming into a new world and seeing me help people and talk to people every day. We are happier together because she sees that I'm touching other people's lives. And that helps me have a beautiful life with her.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, I just heard Spencer say MLM. Tell us what that means. Michael, are you there? Or did we lose you? We might have lost, maybe we lost Michael. Doc, are you there?
Yeah, well, MLM is just the network marketing, but there was a sound that came across, some music, and and then you came back, so maybe he cut off when that came on or something.
Yeah, we might have lost him.
But anyway, the network marketing, my big concern is helping people health-wise.
Yes.
And so that's my first concern is the product itself. I get approached because of my radio show. I get approached all the time by network marketing companies. And I usually have to say, I started with network marketing companies when I first started radio, but I hadn't wanted to do any in a long time. But this was so unique and so beneficial. And it was not something I could find on the shelf. Many times in network marketing companies, I can find basically the same product on the shelf, but not this. And I can't find the hydrogen product, not like this. And that thing really does make you feel good. Michael was right that you feel years younger. I'm 67. I feel like I'm 66. But no, I do feel like I'm down in my 40s. But what it would do on the long term, I know that Raul that owns the company, he said that, I think it was him that's saying there's pictures of people and you can see how they've gotten younger.
Wow.
On the products. Did I hear him right on that?
Yeah, Doc. Yeah, they actually, one gentleman in his 60s, before and after was incredible, being on the product for 90 days. Or I think a little bit longer than 90, but it was a drastic difference. He looked 20 years younger.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. No, I won't say what I was going to say. I was going to say I like my women 20 years younger. I like to look 20 years younger. But anyway, no, it is important in an aging population. But one thing, a friend of mine I had lunch with today, he used to own a network marketing company. And he just wanted to buy the watch from me. And then when he saw the watch, he said, "This is easy." He said, "This is demonstrable right there. You can demonstrate it to people." He said he wanted in once he figured it out what it did, and he's bringing in a friend of his that is very very big into network marketing because he said this is not like anything else he's ever done. It's always selling 30 different nutritional products, which is my business, but he would not want to. He didn't want to network market that, but he wants to network market this. Wow. So I didn't get to sell him my watch. He just bought it from the network. But so anyway, it is a different animal than anything I've ever seen before.
Wow.
And the hydrogen, I'm learning about that. I can tell my body feels different. I can tell my workout's different. I can tell. Someone sent me a deal on Facebook that says, "Do you find yourself falling asleep about the same time you used to go out at night?" Yeah. And when you get up there past 60, you go, "I think I want to go dancing." No, I think I'll just watch TV. And now I feel like going dancing again. So it does give you that kind of energy.
Yeah.
And though I'm an early morning person, it makes you wake up. Is that what you're feeling, Michael, from it?
Yeah. You know what? Doc. I go to bed a little bit later, and I wake up earlier. I'm not even tired. I mean, sometimes I have a hard time even laying down because I used to lay down after the accident for no reason. I'm not doing that anymore. So I just can't believe it. Everybody I tell the same thing says, I want that. I want to try it. I want to try it. All they got to do is go to the site and order it, and it'll ship in a couple days.
Wow. Well, Michael, we lost you there for a minute, so welcome back. But I just wanted to ask you a question. We've been talking about a couple different products, and how many products do you have?
We've got the fuel tabs, and you know what, Randy? They started that company overseas in Mexico using the fuel product, and it's health for your car. Keep your car healthy, and it does save gas. It does save wear and tear. It does save your oil consumption. So we've got that product called the EF tabs. We've got the Hero, the health monitor, and then we've got the MitoCell, the hydrogen product, and we're coming out with skincare. So right now we have 3 products. We're coming out with the 4th.
Fabulous. Well, that's wonderful. So the skincare products, have you tried those?
Yes, I have tried those, and it's given me a tremendous skin.
Skin feels good.
Yeah,
huh?
my skin feels good, and it works well with me.
Now, are they just for ladies or are they for men as
No,
well?
it's for everyone.
Oh, for everyone. Okay.
The product right now that we're going to be bringing out for the skin line, and doesn't even have a name for us yet, is being sold only to licensed doctors and cosmetologists to apply right now. It makes dramatic changes by making the cells underneath grow again. It's not like with the company I just left, 12-hour fix. It's not one of those that's going to make things tighter or shrink smaller. It's going to make your body start living again and producing the cells to get rid of the wrinkles and be healthier. So that's where we're going. And the one thing I love about this company, everything is patented. He has a 20-year patent on all of our products, and he releases them as we need them. And we're going to grow and be a very strong company out in the field of network marketing.
Wow. Well, Dr. Dan, I know we have people that are watching us right now that don't know anything about the network marketing world. They don't know what MLM means. They don't, they can't even think about how you could make money just by sharing wonderful things with people. Tell us a little bit about that, and in your opinion, as a doctor, for someone like that, where do you start?
Well, Spencer's right. It's something that we all do all the time. We're always sharing. I'm always telling people, I'll be at the gym. I normally get paid somewhere between $65. I've gotten paid as much as $500 for sitting down and going over a person's health program and making recommendations for them. Usually takes about 45 minutes or an hour. But I can't help but give it away. When I see someone at the gym and they're talking about something, I'll say, well, you take this and this, it'd be really good for your heart. Or you do this and this and it'll help you with your prostate problem or whatever. Well, we do that. Everybody, I saw the movie. I went to the basketball game. It's fantastic. Or I saw this comedian and they're telling the jokes. I'm just thinking about what goes on in the locker room there at the gym. That kind of sharing is normal. Well, now I'm telling people, look at what I can do with this watch. And look, I got this little tablet. I put it in the water, and 20 minutes later I drink it, and I don't feel any fatigue from my workout. It's phenomenal. It's so simple, and I feel good all day long. I thought I would only feel good for an hour or two with it, but I feel good all day long. Those kind of natural dialogue, they go, well, how can I get it? Just like my friend, when 3 days ago, he just wanted to buy the watch from me. Then when he thought about it, he said, well, I'm going to be showing the watch to people. I might as well come in and do this. And then he called a friend of his and wanted her to come in underneath him. He started, and I just wanted to make the money off of retailing the watch. I thought, well, I'll do that. I'll make, because a lot of people will do that. They may not even be real big on the network. They'll make money off selling the Mitracell. They may be making money off of selling the watch. But those people that buy those, then they want to get into the product, into the company once they see how it works, because they're talking about it anyway. And so it's a natural outcropping of a really good product line. And the CEO of the company, he wants to have the very best, extremely high integrity of this individual, and he wants to make sure that people are helped in the company, and that if they want to work the business, that the business is built underneath them, and they help their people, and so it really wants it to be a win-win for everybody, and I think it will be. But even if you just bought the watch and you started learning to look at your blood pressure on a regular basis, and watching your blood sugar when that's ready, and your pulse, and all the different factors that go in, your fatigue level, how you slept, all the different factors, that is life-changing itself. In a few months, you'll probably take it for granted, like you've always been able to do that. But it used to be you had to make a doctor's appointment, and then it was only a little slice of time of how you were doing at the moment you were at the doctor's office, not how you were doing all day long. When I look at my blood pressure, it has some pretty good variance over the period of a week at time. Or some days it might be a little bit I'm going, that's a little too high. Other days I'm going, oh, wow, I'm really healthy. You need to see all that, and this is a way of doing it.
That's phenomenal what you just said there. If you think about that, you're right. I mean, throughout in the past, when people have gone to the doctor, it really is just a little slice of time. It may not mean anything in your general health, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It could be. They talk about the white smock, anxiety. That a lot of people, when they go to the doctor, they're worried that something's
Scared,
wrong,
yeah.
and their blood pressure goes up, and then they go home and put the cuff on, their blood pressure is normal, and doctors understand that anxiety of being at the doctor's office, especially if you have a health problem, changes your biorhythms and the way your body responds to things right at that time. So they need to just see when you're not really thinking about it, the watch is keeping a monitor for you,
Yeah.
see how you're doing. And I'm very, very excited when it's also going to do that for blood sugar for people.
Absolutely.
Even the people that aren't diabetic, it'll help them lose weight.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to have a control, because when you do a low carb diet or the paleo diet, keto diet, all these different diets, what you're really doing is you're trying to control your blood sugar. As you get really good at keeping your blood sugar at a normal to low level, then the fat burns. But if you let it elevate, then you store fat.
Yeah.
So you can train yourself.
Well, it really is phenomenal. Well, Michael, I think you've done it again, buddy. I think you're at the forefront of something that is just absolutely amazing. And how does it feel for a guy like you that's seen so many things in this industry to just sort of know that you are at the forefront again of something that is just going to take over the world by storm, I think.
Well, Randy, I want to thank you. You know, you're the king of health in Vegas, and you've been doing it for so long. I want to thank you, and I'm so proud of what you've done. But you're right, Randy. I think I've saved the best for last. Spencer said it right, Dr. Dan. The technology's here. We have it. We're going to make it even better. So it feels incredible, Randy.
Absolutely. Well, you have some incredible people that surround you, and this lovely couple here are just amazing. And so, did we miss anything? Is there anything we left out? What do we need to talk about, Spencer?
We need to talk about numbers and people to understand network marketing.
Okay.
For instance, if we take Los Angeles, you're sitting at your desk, 20 people a day put a card on your desk, say, add the next best thing to make you rich.
Yep.
It's not about the product, it's about next best thing to make you some money. I don't work that way, and things are based on numbers. Our whole world is based on numbers, and our country. There's 5 numbers in this world that everything is based on, and I share that with the person first and foremost, so they don't get depressed when 900 people tell them no out of 1,200. So the numbers are 1,200, 900, 300, 80, and 3. And I've learned this from Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor. I've gone and paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for courses over 30 years. But it always boils down to this. You can have the best restaurant in town and 1,200 people go by, 900 don't see you, 300, oh, that's interesting looking, maybe we'll do it. 80 will talk about coming in, and 3 come and eat at your restaurant. You just don't have a big enough restaurant to feed 1,200 people as they go by.
Right.
So these are true numbers even in our industry. We have a great product, and our numbers will be more than 3 out of 1,200. But what I teach a person who only wants to make $1,000 is you don't have to talk to 1,200 by yourself. 2 people talk to 600, 3 people talk to 400, and here's how it breaks down. 4 people talk to 300 people each a month. That's 10 people a day. I talk to 50 to 100 people a day. When I'm writing in any of the services, Uber, Lyft, or whatever, I ask them, do they want to improve their gas mileage? I have a customer. Wherever I go to a restaurant and I see people there, would you like to know how you're doing health-wise? I find a customer there. So I see more than 10 people a day, and teaching your team to do it is networking. And that's what this world is all about.
Well, that is phenomenal. Well, we only have about a minute left, but Doc, let me just throw it back to you. Why would a doctor get involved in this industry?
Well, for a couple different things. It allows him to monitor his patients on a long-term basis, so he's really much, much better able to help them. And at the same time, he wants to make money. Sometime he may want to retire.
You can always use a little extra, huh?
But there's the other side of it that the idea that the hydrogen product really interested my Dr. Frank that I showed this to, and he's an MD, and he just finished his PhD. They call it a fellowship. I call it a PhD in anti-aging medicine. And I've explained to him all this will do. And for both of us, this is new technology. That when you really, really increase the hydrogen molecule, because it's an H2 molecule. I want to say hydrogen ions, but that's not correct. It's a hydrogen molecule. It's 2 hydrogen molecules that will penetrate every area of your body down into the DNA and helping it
Hey, Doc,
strengthen
let me just stop you, and we're going to tell everybody, because we only have about 20 seconds left, we're going to tell everybody to go to your show on Saturday and make sure they listen to you.
Want me
You'll be
to put the
talking more about
information
it real fast.
10
yeah.
o'clock Central Standard Time, 5-6 minutes after 10 on AM 1520 if you're listening there.
Perfect.
KOKCradio.com.
Okay.
KOKCradio.com.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Doc, for being with us. Michael, Spencer, you lovely people, just amazing. So thank you so much. We'll see you
Thank you
next
for
week,
having
same
us.
time. Bye-bye, everybody.